Welcome to the Homeschool Paradigm Podcast. I'm Angela and I am here with Rachel. She's back.
Hello.
Today, we are going to talk about one of the prompts in the Homeschool Connection Journal that I have on Amazon. And the one I chose was I encouraged someone's dream. So I wanted to ask Rachel about a dream that I encouraged when you were younger.
Well, I guess the dream we were first thinking of was writing. It's kind of funny because it wasn't really like what you might think of as a dream. Like as an adult, you might think of like, oh, I've
Especially,
been wanting to do it for
yeah,
years.
especially Rachel.
Yeah, but I definitely did not. Like I wasn't like wanting to write for years. Like I guess I liked writing a couple things, but I mostly avoided it.
Like two things in your whole life before you wrote a book.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Um,
But I don't know, we were kind of talking about like that wasn't like a dream for a long time or something. That was like something I kind of like suddenly wanted to do. And
right.
then you made it work for me by it was my senior year high school English credit and you encouraged it and you were excited about like reading it and stuff like that. So like
Yeah.
it wasn't really like, oh my gosh, I want to like write and I wanted to write for years.
Well, did we? I don't think we told a story on here about your why you write books.
I don't remember
No, I
actually.
think we've probably told it on other podcasts, other
Oh
people's
yeah.
podcasts.
Yeah.
Maybe even a couple times. But yeah,
We can
you
tell
didn't
that.
like writing. You thought you were terrible at it.
Yeah.
You never wanted much to do with it.
Hmm.
And then you took a class on writing essays, right?
Yeah, I was like creative essays, I think.
Just a 6 week short class.
Yeah. And I didn't want to do it.
No. Did I make you even
Um
pay for half of it?
you did, which I don't even understand that looking back. I was like, did you just not want to spend the money or like
I can't remember why I thought it would be good for you. Maybe I thought you would take it more seriously if you split
that?
the
No, that is
cost.
what you told me. Yeah, I do remember you saying that.
But
But
it's kind
looking
of
back, I'm
funny
still
because
like,
you
it was kind
didn't
of
really want to do it. So, you think you'd have been like, I'm not going to.
yeah, like I don't I guess that's what confuses me, like why I agreed to that.
I don't, you must have wanted to learn something out of it, but you're just still like, bleh.
I knew I had to get better at writing. I didn't know that.
Maybe that was it. Yeah, it was funny because yeah, we split the cost.
That is pretty funny, actually. I don't,
So anyway, you took it and you were like, you got your first assignment back and it was an A, right?
yeah, it was. And I guess when I got it back and I did like so much better than I expected, because I expected like a bad grade, I guess.
I don't know why.
Yeah, like even though I didn't like writing, like I could do it.
Okay, but you'd been writing all your life. You just hadn't written it down. You were just talking about, all the imaginative play
Yeah,
with Sam and Sarah and
yeah,
being in charge of all the pretend stories for all your life.
yeah. It was just putting it on paper that I was like,
Right.
ugh. So when I got that good grade back, I was like, oh, I can put stuff on paper. Somebody thinks it's good. And
Yeah.
so I
Somebody
think it
besides
was
mom thinks it's good.
right. Sometimes that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was that night actually that I started writing my first book.
And you published it in June and you got your senior English credit for doing that. That's so fun. So what did you feel like? So this is about, I supported your dream, even though like
Hmm.
you had a sudden dream that you started and then there it was. I mean, like we
Yeah,
talked about, it doesn't have to be dreaming forever because especially
yeah.
with kids. But
Kids suddenly want to do it. So,
mhm. So how did I encourage your dream, do you think? How did that feel? Besides
um,
like letting you sit there and write all day and
yeah, I mean, that was definitely part of it. Like, when I felt like when I was writing, you prioritized that. When I was writing, you're like, oh no, Rachel's writing. Like Rachel's doing something important. She's busy.
yeah, so I
She's not
wasn't like,
gonna do
hey, you got to
other
come over
things.
here and do some other schoolwork that was
Yeah, it wasn't like you were trying to get me to do something else, or like you saw it as like she likes to spend her time writing,
Hmm.
but then I give her these things to do.
Right.
You actually talked about it and acted like it was something you wanted me to be doing and that was like actually important.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's true. That's how I felt about it. And I'm still doing it. I just finished reading Rachel's first draft of her latest book, which is
Yeah.
so good. I was like, you have to write a sequel.
Oh my gosh. I don't want to hear that right now. Just like
Let-
support me a little less. Just
Let's just edit this thing until we can't stand to look at it or read it one more
right.
time.
Yeah. But then we also did that for the high school English credit. Like we sat
Yeah.
down together to edit the whole book
Hmm.
because we I published the week after I graduated. So
Yeah.
that was all still during
That was during the school year. I don't know. I'll have to come to your house and sit on your couch at midnight, and your husband will be like, "Hey, quit laughing out there. I got to get up in the morning." Okay, so we don't have to wait for years for our kids to have had a dream all of their lives in order
yeah.
to encourage or support it or
And we were
prove they're
talking
committed.
oh yeah, because we were talking about that kind of earlier.
Hmm.
We were talking about how like I don't know, especially I feel like as an adult I'm like, oh, I want to make sure I'm really committed to this and I really want it or I prove it somehow before I
Hmm.
invest in it,
Hmm.
which I guess as an adult maybe more often that's like money or something.
Maybe.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be
It's
like
kind
it
of
really doesn't have
frustrating to think about that now in this context, right? As adults, we want ourselves to be so committed, so like we
the
have to
proof.
be so sure that we want to do this thing
Yeah.
before we let ourselves. I hope we're
Yeah.
letting our kids way before they know if I don't think there's any way for
Yeah.
them to know they
Because
want to be.
a kid has to try everything. Like they haven't done
Mhm.
anything yet.
Also, adults do too, or should try.
Right. Yeah.
Come
But
to
there
think
are a
of
lot
it.
of ways that it doesn't
That it doesn't have to
have to
cost
like
money. I
cost
think money
money
is what
and
bothers us as
yeah,
adults.
because that's what adults worry about, right?
Yes, they do.
But there are a lot of ways. Like you didn't it wasn't necessarily money that you spent on that for me, but it was like time and attention and like
Hmm.
respect and value. So
Yeah. I'm trying to think, did I consciously decide that I would be that way? That would be a principle in our home and in our homeschool? Or did it just happen because of all the partnering that started when you were so young? I truly, really learned things along the way, and it did
yeah.
lead to different things like that. But
I mean
I
that might
wanted that to be a
oh
principle. Yeah.
yeah, I think you might just be good at that. Like that just
Maybe
might
I'm
be
just good at that. And it just came out because in our homeschool.
you like believe in everything instantly, like to the full degree it can be believed in.
That's fun though. I have more fun and I worry less when
It's
I'm
true.
thinking that way. And if that was a principle in my homeschool that helped you learn, d do you think that helped you learn better? Your mind was more free when you were doing that. If I had been either dictating your time doing it, like, okay, now we're making this a school assignment, that
Yeah.
could very well have ruined it, especially for you.
Well, that's what I was about to say. For me personally, like that would have felt like micromanaging, which I don't respond to. I was
Yeah.
gonna say don't respond well, but I just don't respond.
But I mean, I guess, you just have to know your kids, right? But how did you feel like you learned? You learned so much about writing. You learned so much about grammar, so
Yeah.
much about so many things that year. It was well worth a credit.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe more. But did you feel like that was causing you to be able to learn a lot of, that you were just free to learn?
Yeah. It like gave me my own motivation, I think,
Mhm.
because I was motivated by like it was going to be public and available for people to like actually buy and
Yeah.
read. I don't know if this is the most best motivation, but it was like, oh, is this sentence going to look dumb to someone who reads it? Or is this sentence going to
Well,
like be
you want to
good
put
and
something good out into the world too.
yeah. And I think it doesn't have to necessarily be like that for everybody. Like, not every kid is going to have something where it's something other people see, but
Hmm.
it's like finding their own motivation. So, like, because you didn't have to be like on top of my tail for every little thing about it, that wasn't my motivation. I like found my own motivation for that. Obviously, when you have your own motivation, you're going to learn more or learn better
Right.
than
Yeah.
like just doing it in order to like please the motivation coming from someone else.
Yeah. Right. Like just if I had turned it into a homework assignment, that wouldn't have,
Yeah.
you would have just, it might have felt like drudgery. Who knows? Well, besides, you just wouldn't, you'd
Yeah.
be
I
like,
mean,
forget
I
it.
might
I'm
have
not.
learned like
Yeah.
the same things, like technically. But I
I
don't
wonder if you
know.
would have written more books though
That's what I was thinking.
after. I mean,
Like I don't know if I'd still be doing it because it would have been like, oh, yep, I finished that school assignment and I
yeah.
moved on.
And you still want to write books.
Yeah.
Really good ones. So, and then we talked about also that I wasn't just allowing you to do it, but I was totally excited. But did we talk about that already? Or did we just talk about that
But yeah,
before we
I
started
think both.
recording?
We talked about it a minute ago too, I
Okay.
think.
That's the hazard of having a little talk about what we're going to talk about before we start recording.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I just think it's part of the partnering. It just was part of my process to
Yeah.
be partnered up with you guys instead of driving you to learn.
Yeah. And I think the valuing it or whatever is
Hmm.
kind of, I think that helps. I felt like smarter
Yeah,
because I had respect for something that I wanted to do and that I was thinking of doing myself.
yeah,
So that kind of made me feel like, oh, that was actually a good idea. And when
right.
a kid feels smart, they're going to put more effort in and more effort into other things too. So, what made you feel excited? Like you seemed like you were genuinely excited for like the different things we were doing. Like I did the writing thing then, but like also other things. And then I remember like some stop motion videos that Sam did.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah,
actually like were really committed to those things.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
what made that like I'm not always excited about everything someone does, but you seemed like genuinely excited about like a bunch of different things that four different kids were doing.
Yeah. I think that I think allowing myself, the time you were growing up, instead of all that stress that I used to have when you
Hmm.
were really young, I actually believe that I gave myself room to be excited because I let go of all the stress, the expectations, all whatever, the
Yeah.
fighting that we did. I think I had room to be excited,
Hmm.
because we're probably going to have some kind of emotion, right? Like
Yeah.
when we homeschool, well, just being humans, but seriously, homeschooling is emotional. And
It's a lot of emotions in one house.
it really is. And stress wasn't one of them. So there was room for other ones, more fun ones.
Yeah.
And I wanted you guys to find out what you could do and love something or hate it or whatever. But I was really excited to let you figure out stuff and
Yeah.
let you find out what you really wanted to do or how good you could get at something.
Yeah. So probably more excited for just us being
Yeah.
interested in the thing, no matter what that thing was going to be. That makes sense anyway, but
Yeah. Like Wilson playing the piano or being in competitions or
yeah.
something like that was just as exciting. And I have no piano ability or
Yeah.
particular interest.
Yeah. No, I think that's cool because it was more like about the relationships.
Yeah.
Like you were just excited for us as people who had an interest in doing something. It wasn't like
And that I got
because
to
of the thing.
help it or encourage it or be excited. I just got to be part of it. So it was just
Yeah.
exciting for me.
Yeah. That's nice.
That is nice. I just loved it all. All right. So encourage your kids' dreams, even if it was just last week that they came up with it.
Yeah. Kids get excited really fast.
And it's so fun when they have an adult who's also excited and they can
Yeah.
find out what they can do.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for listening.